Talking about Stoicism is easy, but it is tough and needs a lot of discipline to follow the path. Here we bring a few Stoicism quotes that help you choose and stay on the path. The average man is a conformist, accepting miseries and disasters with the stoicism of a cow standing in the rain. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Whatever happens at all happens as it should. You will find this to be true if you watch narrowly. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Nothing endures but change. The best answer to anger is silence. Agreed, but nature set a limit on that, as it did on eating and drinking. There is no genius without a touch of madness, and it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. To be calm is the highest achievement of the self. If it does, you have failed to practice your virtues by going with the hype of pain. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. We're never unhappy until we remember why we're supposed to be unhappy. All vices are at odds with nature. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. It is the quality rather than the quantity that matters. Uncertainty is an uncomfortable position, but certainty is an absurd one. Change. Nothing inherently bad in the process, nothing inherently good in the result. Ignorance is the cause of fear. We become wiser by adversity. Prosperity destroys our appreciation of the right. The good things of prosperity are to be wished, but the good things that belong to adversity are to be admired. Focus on what nature demands as if you were governed by that alone. Then do that and accept it, unless your nature as a living being would be degraded by it. Whatever anyone does or says, I'm bound to the good. Whatever anyone does or says, I must be what I am and show my true colors. Stoicism teaches how to keep a calm and rational mind no matter what happens to you, and it helps you understand and focus on what you can control and not worry about and accept what you can't control. Produce them in your mind as you know them from experience or from history. All just the same, only the people are different. No one can keep you from living as your nature requires. Nothing can happen to you that is not required by nature. To move from one unselfish action to another with God in mind. Only there, delight and stillness. Is it the action of a responsible being, part of society and subject to the same decrees as God? For there is a single harmony, just as the world forms a single body comprising all bodies, so fate forms a single purpose comprising all purposes. Whatever happens to you is for the good of the world. That would be enough right there. But if you look closely, you'll generally notice something else as well. Whatever happens to a single person is for the good of others. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. If what you have seems insufficient to you, then though you possess the world, you will yet be miserable. Take a deep breath, get present in the moment, and ask yourself what is important this very second. Floods will rob us of one thing, fire of another. These are conditions of our existence which we cannot change. Do what you will. Even if you tear yourself apart, most people will continue doing the same things. He is most powerful who has power over himself. To be even-minded is the greatest virtue. I shall never be ashamed of citing a bad author if the line is good. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. No human thing is of serious importance. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Life, if well lived, is long enough. It does not matter what you bear, but how you bear it. To be stoic is not to be emotionless, but to remain unaffected by your emotions. Don't aim to be perfect, aim to be anti-fragile. Just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter. Order your soul, reduce your wants. I begin to speak only when I'm certain what I'll say isn't better left unsaid. If you are irritated by every rub, how will your mirror be polished? The great law of nature is that it never stops. There is no end. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Wealth is the slave of the wise, the master of the fool. The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. The limit is not the sky. The limit is the mind. Make the mind tougher by exposing it to adversity. Problems only exist in the human mind. What injures the hive injures the bee. Stop talking about what the good man is like and just be one. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. She released her grievances like handfuls of birdseed. They are there and they are gone. No man is good by chance. Virtue is something which must be learned. You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. That man is happy whose reason recommends to him the whole posture of his affairs. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power. The willing are led by fate, the reluctant dragged. Discomfort is the currency of success. Is a world without pain possible? Then don't ask the impossible. Learn to detach yourself from the chaos of the battlefield.